of November 21st. And a motion on the minutes, moved, seconded. All those in favor, contrary, carried. Our next meeting is December the 5th. And we have Councillor Day, Glanders, and Wolf via satellite here, okay? The first item is an application by Guru Puni for rezoning at 10511 Lassam Road from single detached RS1E zone to a single detached RS2B zone. And we got Alexander and the new Wayne Craig, Suzanne Smith's with us. So Alexander, you're on.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Report, please.
So I'll be providing a few brief notes about the application. So the proposed rezoning has been requested in order to facilitate the subdivision of one single detached lot into two single detached lots with vehicle access from Lassam Road. There is a vacant single detached home on the subject property. This home does not currently contain a secondary suite. Both new lots will provide one-bedroom secondary suites at minimum size of 46.5 square meters. There's $15,000 in tree survival securities that will be secured for the retention of 2 trees on the property and 1 city tree. I'm happy to answer any questions from the committee.
Okay, do we have any questions on this? Seeing none, I'll move the recommendation. All those in favor?
I have my hand up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where are you? Yeah. Okay, Carol?
Hi, thank you very much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you good.
Thank you. Well, I just wanted to confirm there's going to be 2 new houses and they're each going to have a 1-bedroom suite. Is there any chance it can be a 2-bedroom suite to be more family friendly?
Through the chair to Councillor Day, yes, I can first confirm that there will be two new single detached homes one on each of the new lots. So with respect to the secondary suites, we can continue to work with the applicant throughout the remainder of the process to potentially increase the size, but at this point they have committed to 46.5 square meters.
Okay, well, it's a good start. Well, I hope the province is watching and the MLAs are watching because we're turning 1 vacant house into 4 homes. So isn't that what they were asking for? Thank you very much.
Okay, are there any questions, staff? All right, I move the recommendation. Seconded? Yes. All those in favor? Contrary, carried. Thank you very much. The next item is an application by 117-462 BC for an agricultural land reserve non-farm use at 5440 number 6 Road. And our speakers are Stephen D'Souza and Mr. Craig. Okay, gentlemen, Stephen, you're leading off.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a few highlights, if I may. The purpose of the application is for a non-farm use application to the Agricultural Land Commission to allow commercial vehicle parking. The property is located in the Agricultural Land Reserve, designated agriculture in the official community plan and zoned for agriculture. The property is currently being used for commercial vehicle parking, contrary to zoning, and fill has been deposited on the property without appropriate approvals from the city and the ALC. The property is subject to ongoing bylaw enforcement. The subject non-farm use application was submitted after bylaw enforcement was initiated. Based on information provided by the applicant, the proposal to allow commercial vehicle parking is intended as an interim use, as the owner's future plans are to seek approval for industrial uses in the long term. The property has a long history of being used for agricultural purposes consistent with the ALR regulations and had farm status previously. The property is no longer being used for agricultural purposes and does not have farm status currently. The proposed non-farm use application is inconsistent with the applicable land use designations and policies of the city and Metro Vancouver and the purposes of the ALC. This includes designations and policies in the OCP, Farming First Strategy, and Metro Vancouver Regional Growth Strategy, which include protecting the ALR, discouraging non-farm uses, and encouraging farming. The stated purpose of the ALC, which is to preserve the ALR, encourage farming, and accommodate farm use. And the city's Industrial Land Intensification Initiative, which includes policies to strengthen and intensify existing industrial land rather than expansion. It is also noted that the city allows commercial vehicle parking in all standard industrial zones. This includes a current inventory of over 1,600 hectares of land currently zoned for industrial uses that allow commercial vehicle parking. There are also lands designated for industrial in the OCP that are currently not zoned for industrial use and could be rezoned to permit commercial vehicle parking. This includes an additional 100 hectares of land. Due to these inconsistencies, staff are recommending that authorization to forward the proposed non-farm use application to the ALC be denied. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions? Let's go to Carol, Michael, Laura, anything from you? Carol?
Yeah, thank you very much. So there is I believe, a remove soil order right now. Where are we at with that process? Or remove top fill order?
Okay, who's gonna, Wayne? Mr. Craig?
Through the chair to Councillor Day, yes, the property is subject to ongoing bylaw enforcement. As those proceedings are subject to legal process at present, further information would have to be provided in a closed session.
Okay, well, enough said. I mean, they've already broken the soil dumping bylaws, and now they want to put 36 parking spots in. That does not make me feel warm and fuzzy. I'm not prepared to lose 2.5 acres of farmland that was farmed, and I am not going to be. I will support this motion to deny this application. Thank you.
Okay, Laura, we're going to you.
Thank you, Chair. Thanks for your work on this stuff. I'm not on this committee, but I also agree with the recommendation, of course. I'm just curious about the truck parking that is available, because the applicant has claimed that there was no other option for them except to purchase this farmland and then try to get it excluded from the ALR, which would increase its value by tenfold. I think they paid about $500,000 an acre for a farmland, turned it into truck parking, and then if they get it excluded, it'll be worth $5 million an acre. So that would be a pretty smooth move. I'm just wondering what efforts we have done to prove or show that there was adequate truck parking available. Not that it's any excuse to do what they did, but just so that they have the option. They know that they have the option.
Through the chair to Councillor Glanders, as indicated by Mr. D'Souza, there is adequate inventory already zoned to permit this use. Further to that, a number of years ago, the city did designate lands that are identified for industrial use, but currently do not have access to sanitary sewer in the 16,000 block of River Road as being appropriate for truck parking. A number of sites have come forward and rezoned to allow that use since that policy decision was made.
Right, and so those properties, they would have to purchase them, those types of properties to use them, or there's like rental opportunities, or I'm just curious.
Through the chair to Councillor Glanders, I believe there'd be many different options available. Purchase would be one, lease would be another option. There would also be potential for partnerships with landowners.
That's great. Yeah, it's really good to know that we've identified industrial areas that don't have proper access for, say, warehouses, but have access for open use parking like this. It's a good job that we've done on our planning there. Thank you.
Okay, Michael, anything from you? Okay, seeing none.
No, good, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Anybody? Okay, thank you, staff. Mr. Manjit Sandhu, are you here? Come on forward, sir. I understand you want to delegate, so come on forward. Whoever, okay. Yeah. Okay, so you're the applicant, name and address, and then I'll give you 5 minutes for a presentation. Take your time. No rush. Take your
So
time.
he's gonna help me out for the English sometime, like I can speak, but
Okay,
sometime
you can speak.
yeah.
I know. You're a delegation. You have the, welcome. Yep, take your time, get your stuff together.
Then ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ ਈਮੇਲ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੋ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 3-4 ਫੈਕਟ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਮੈਂਬਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ ਜ਼ਿਲ੍ਹਾ ਬੈਕ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਟਰੱਕ ਪਾਰਕ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਇਹ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਐਕਸਟਰਾ ਸੋ ਕਹਿਣ
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਕਹਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ Yes.
ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਤੁਕਾ ਆਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ
ਅੱਛਾ ਕਿਸ ਨੇ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ
ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੇ
ਓਕੇ
ਇਹ ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਈ ਸੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਟਰੱਕ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ
ਅੱਛਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ
ਅੱਛਾ
ਇਹ ਟੂਡਨ ਵੀ ਗਈ ਹੋਈ ਮਿਲ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ
ਓਕੇ
Okay, got it together?
yes yeah
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Take your time.
starting off I guess
Okay.
so this is a paper that I guess he's giving me here so it says here all the decision makers that pretty much says the BC Transportation Minister, the Surrey Mayor's Office, the Langley Mayor's Office, Premier David Avey, Transit Board of BC, Minister of Transportation, obviously the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Vancouver Mayor, Delta Mayor, Abbotsford Mayor, Richmond Mayor, Burnaby Mayor, and Maple Ridge Mayor, Mission Mayor, Chilliwack Mayor, White Rock Mayor, Coquitlam Mayor and Council, Langley City Mayor, Sukdaliwa MP, Randeep Sarai, Kevin Falcon, Gary Begg, and Todd Stone. Pretty much he's saying here is that he's sent requests and emails to all these specific parties and pretty much stating that there is no truck parking available up until Chilliwack.
ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਪੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਰੀਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
Yeah, and he has a copy for each and every one of you guys
if you guys want
to overview the whole
Okay, we'll give it
document.
to the clerk. We'll give it to the clerk. Okay.
Yes.
Sukhvinder, 1 second.
That's fine, yep. The clerk. Okay, do you have anything else as part of your
So, and
submission?
तेरे को और कोई पेपर हैगा कोई submission है?
okay.
No, be sort of quick, I mean, we'll get the paperwork, but do you have any other comments with regard to your submission?
And
Comment हैगे कोई अपने property
so ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਤੁਕਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਵੀਕ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਸੋ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ 5000 ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਹੈ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੋਰ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕੱਲੇ ਸਰੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਸੜਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਖੜਦਾ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਰਕ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੋ ਕਹੇ ਜੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਿੰਕ ਵੀ ਭੇਜ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ
Furthermore to the comments he's saying is from last week on a radio station he's talking about how there's about 5,000 trucks
ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਸੀ
a counselor was speaking regarding 5,000 trucks and they're pretty much parking on either on the side of the streets anywhere that's unauthorized because there's no availability of legal truck parking, right? That's a difficulty that everybody's facing.
I don't know, he's talking about all the lower mainland or the Surrey or the Delta. He's sitting councillor in the city of Surrey and he's speaking on the radio, 5,000 vehicle parking on the side, like somewhere they don't have any parking. And when the people asking for illegal parking and he don't have the answer to.
Okay. Anything else? Are there any questions of the delegation from members on the screen?
ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸੀ 5 ਲੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਰਿਆ 5 ਲੱਖ ਇੱਕ
I have a question.
In ਕਹਿ ਅਸੀਂ so
yeah to so she was
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਤੁਕਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਫਾਰਮ ਯੂਜ਼ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਰੀ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ 3 years ਦੱਸੇ
yeah he's saying that he's not trying to change to industrial it just pretty much uses a non-farm use for a temporary permit
It's only temporary permit for 3 years.
For 3 years.
They're not asking to change the zoning.
To industrial, yeah.
Or industrial, or I can sell it to next day. We are asking only temporary permit for 3 years, that's it.
Because I'm a realtor, right, from Richmond here. She's saying that, one of the councils saying that they paid 500,000 an acre. Yeah, I'm just saying that wasn't incorrect. Yeah.
There is a question here from Councilor Glenn.
Okay.
She's on the screen.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Laura, go ahead.
Thank you, through the chair. I do have a question. Apparently my internet is spotty, so I hope you can hear me. I understand that the lack of truck parking is the regional issue, but do you understand that just because your trucking business can't find a place to park their trucks, that doesn't give you a right to purchase a small farm property Richmond use it illegally.
Did you get that? Okay, try it again,
Try
Laura,
again,
please,
please,
the question. Did we lose her?
Did you guys hear it?
Laura,
Yeah,
I think we
Laura
lost
wants to
the
know-
question.
Tanya McDermott, or 4 others.
Laura wants to know if you understand that you have illegally used the property.
Illegally, correct?
Yes.
ਉਹ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਵੀ
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਤੂੰ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਲੀਗਲੀ ਵਰਤਦਾ ਸੀ
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਚੁਆਇਸ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਕਿ
ਉਹਦਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੂੰ ਖਰੀਦੀ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਵੀ
ਅਸੀਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਤਾਂ ਖਰੀਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ
ਅੱਛਾ ਅੱਛਾ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਰੀਦੀ
Okay,
ਜਦੋਂ
okay.
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਕ ਆਊਟ ਕੀਤਾ
ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝ ਉਧਰ ਸਰੀ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝ
ਹਾਂ
ਗਿਆ
ਤੂੰ ਪਾਇਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ
So-
ਆਪ ਈਮੇਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ
He didn't buy this property for the intended use to park trucks there. He just bought it for investment purposes through his whatever personal or business, whatever it is. He was currently parking at that time when he purchased the property in Surrey. But for some issue with his landlord on the property that was currently parking his trucks, they sent him a termination notice to pretty much get off my property in 30 or 60 days, whatever it is. So,
No, it's only one day.
oh, one day?
Yeah,
Oh, your favorite. One day. And so he had no choice to pretty much that big of a fleet to go over to the property he has that he bought in Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions of the delegation from any of the committee?
Just to follow up, can you
Okay,
not hear
go
me?
ahead.
Okay, never mind. I don't know. My internet's not working, so forget it.
ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ proof ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੇ
Are there any further questions? Do you have any further comments?
ਕੋਈ comment ਹੈਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਤੇਰੇ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਤੂੰ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੇਪਰ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਨੇ ਰੀਡ ਕਰ ਲਿਓ ਤੂੰ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਇਲ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਰੱਕ ਖੜੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਕ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ
ਸਰੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ
ਇੱਥੇ
ਇੱਥੇ
ਇਹ ਬਾਇਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਈਮੇਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਟਰੱਕ ਖੜੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿੱਕ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ
ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝ ਗਿਆ so regarding the I guess bylaw coming to his property in Richmond when he got kicked out from Surrey and then he parked in Richmond on his property he sent an email beforehand to the bylaw of Richmond to let them know that he's parking his trucks at his property in Richmond. Yeah, so he has the email and all the proof regarding
because I
that.
don't have any choice to park anywhere like I can't park on the road right
Okay.
so I just sent him email then he just came over there I just explained him everything then I explained everything to the ALC then they told us to like fill up the application then they said it's gonna go to the council then they decided
All right.
that's what they told me I have all the emails if you guys want to see it I can pass it to you I just bring it all the email whatever I write down to the city hall but nobody actually reply anything so they just send me the email you do this you do this you do this but when I ask the question they never respond back.
All right. Anything else? Because our job is just to receive the information, not to contradict anything you've said. We will have a discussion. Okay, are there anything else you want to add?
ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ?
So ਹੋਰ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪਾਰਕ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਰੀ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆ ਬਸ that's it for 3 years.
All right, I'll just say thank you very much then.
Yeah.
Delegation's over, and we'll have a go. Okay, committee, and I hope you can hear me. Thank you very much. We're done. Okay? I'll wait till the delegation excuses themselves and then, okay, Laura, Michael, and Carol. All right, there is a recommendation on the floor from staff. Are you with me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm ready to vote.
All right, so it's not on the floor.
Okay.
Is somebody
I
going to
move
move
the
it?
motion to deny the application.
Okay, so seconder? No seconder? Okay, second. All right, it's moved and second that's been denied. It's on the floor. I'm going to make a referral after the motion, regardless of which way it goes. Does anybody want to speak to the, or against the recommendation on the floor?
I would. Thank you.
All right, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. I am not satisfied that this property has been properly managed, and the fact that this gentleman has purchased the property for investment purposes doesn't change my mind. I'm certainly not in favor of 36 parking spots for trucks. I would like to see bylaw work with this owner to remediate the land and bring it back into use as farmland. And so I will be voting 100% to deny the application.
Okay. Anybody else? Alexa?
Thank you. I know this has been complicated because I know a lot of people are going through this, having problems finding places to park their vehicles and do the work that they want to do. And especially, you're really not allowed to do things like park dump trucks on, even if you're using the dump truck on your own agricultural land. So it tends to be tricky. It seems to be a weird gray area for some people. We've done a lot of work here in Richmond to try and protect our agricultural land. And we have rules and ways that we've put in place to protect that agricultural land. And that's by not allowing things like non-farm uses and to ask for permission first before you change it over. And so while it might make sense to say, well, it's already got the gravel on it, we should let you just park for 3 years until you can find out something better to do. At the same time, then it tells other people that, well, at least you can get 3 free years of parking if you just buy agricultural land. So we need to stick to our rules and stick to our guns. If we've decided that agricultural land is important to protect so that our kids, our grandkids have food to eat, then we have to stick with that and stick with the processes and enforce our processes. So I'm going to support the motion.
Okay, anybody else? All right, seeing none, I call the question. All those in favor? Contrary? Anybody contrary on the screen? It's carried. The appeal has been denied. I'd like to make a motion, because we do have a truck parking problem and it is identified, a motion to staff, referral motion to identify potential areas in Richmond where there is the possibility of legally parking trucks. Second. And the reason for that is we don't have any spots where we can do it. We do have industrial land, and that is use on industrial land. But we do need an area for parking trucks that can be done, whether it's somebody's business or not, or whether it's whatever. That's none of our concern, but we do need to identify and put it on it. So let staff come back to us with a report via memo, if nothing else, and see when then we can circulate to the public and obviously the delegation that's here and others, because obviously they have a concern with their own trucks. So anyhow, that's Councillor Day.
Yeah.
On the
Thank you very
motion that's on the
I will be
floor.
supporting the referral motion. I think that addressing the needs of the trucking community is very important. And I think this might be a good time to get really creative, because when they want to park the trucks, a lot of times when lots are empty anyhow. So I think that we could find maybe a almost like a matchmaking system where we try to find people who've got large parking lots available and they'd like to make the extra revenue. It could be a win-win situation for everybody. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All those in favor? I'm sorry. Okay, Andy, I'm sorry. You're first. Okay, I got you there. All right, Alexa, you're on.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I really support this. And I know that we've got some areas in Richmond that have street parking that we've made so that you can't park through the night because we don't want people staying in motorhomes, perhaps. But on the other hand, it might make more sense to issue permits to big rigs to park there, because we do want people who care about their equipment and who are looking after it and who will then utilize the space, keep it busy, and then also that becomes a bit of our win-win, if you will. So hopefully staff can come forward with some
Yeah,
some
the
ideas for
referral
this.
allows staff to do that very thing that you're talking about and come back, and other options that are on. So good.
And probably they would have already thought about it if I hadn't mentioned it, but who knows?
There. Okay, all those in favor? Contrary? Carried. Okay, do we have any managers' reports? Please come forward.
Just one update for committee. It's a staff introduction. James Natowich. James, if you could stand up. James recently joined the development
Welcome.
applications team. James holds degrees in both regional and urban planning, as well as civil and geological engineering from the University of Saskatchewan. Committee will be seeing more of James as he will be involved in the processing of various development applications.
Well, from the committee, an official welcome. Good to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments from any managers? Move adjournment. We're adjourned, and we'll ask the public to leave, and in 2 minutes, we will go in camera. Thank you all for coming. Okay, thank you.